care of yourself. You're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
What's up, guys? So in today's video we went out to Lake Camanche, or we went to the trout pond near Lake Camanche, and we went there from 5 a.m. We fished there from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. I think. Yeah, we left around 11 to 12, and we went 3 days after the stocking. So we went on the 21st of November, and yeah, just a warning, no fish were caught in this video. So did see a lot of fish cruising around. Did have a couple. We did hook up into one, but yeah, no fish were caught in this video. This is just gonna be like a little report, what I saw that day. So if you guys are trying to go out there, I'm gonna just say what happened and what I saw when I was fishing out there. So, but yeah, early in the morning, around like 6-7 o'clock, when you can be out there and you can see a little better on the water, they were catching them on just bait. There was just like this little area of the pond, a little like corner where all these people were, and there was just people were just hammering the trout. For some reason, the trout were just in that area only, and we were fishing, so we couldn't be there because that area was already all taken up. They were there before we even went, and we were there at 5 a.m. So I mean, they were pretty early. So yeah, that must be the hot spot. A lot of people were right there just fishing, and they smacked it right there. They caught fish back to back. People doubled up. One guy even maxed out and he left before the sun was even up. So yeah, that had to be the hot spot. I think they were using bait because I heard a lot of bells going, and they were just kind of sitting around. Didn't look like they were jigging too much. And all throughout the day, that spot seemed to produce. The only time where we had some bites and stuff was when, if you ever fished at the Camanche pond, the diving birds, those birds that dive down underwater, they scare the fish, and the trout come back our way to escape that area where the trout are hanging out. And then those birds would scare the trout up to where we were fishing. And if we had the bait in the water when they were there in front of their face, then they would eat it. So then, yeah, that's what happened. My dad hooked into like a good 2-3 pounder trout. Sadly, he hooked it, brought it to the bank. He was almost to the net, but then just like a foot out, the hook popped out, and the trout just got off, man. It sucks. This is our first time trout fishing, so it sucks seeing that 2-pounder swim away, but it is what it is. And when the trout were cruising by, swimming away from the birds, they were really finicky, so they were already running away from birds and stuff trying to eat them. So they were pretty finicky. Whatever you throw at them, they would just kind of spook off. But if you were able to get in front of their face, or able to get something they like, they'll come up and eat it. The lures the trout were most interested in today, at least the ones that I threw at them, were Senkos, the 3-inch Senkos, the spoons, and bro, I had a 2-pounder almost eat the Senko. He swirled in it, but then I set the hook a little too early, and he kind of swam off. So I didn't get him to bite, but he was pretty interested in it. I had a couple small ones chase after the spoon, but for some reason they just wouldn't commit at all today. But on the row, I had one little guy swirl on it twice, almost eating it, but then he just couldn't make up his mind. He ran off. So yeah, but yeah, that was pretty much it. And then obviously that power bait works as well, because my dad hooked into a nice 2-3 pounder trout, but too bad he got off, but it's all good. It's our first time trout fishing. So yeah, so basically just to sum it all up, there just seemed to be like a little cove, a little corner of the pond where everyone seemed just to be catching them, and it seems like the trout were all congregated in that area. And then we were fishing off to the right of it, so we couldn't really fish in that area because people were already fishing there. You can't really fish right next to them. But yeah, the trout seemed to be congregated in that area, and the only time where we actually had a chance to catch them was when the birds would come and scare those fish out, and then the trout would come up and swim in our area, and that's the time where we had the chance to throw lures, or they would eat the power bait. The fish that were already scared off were pretty finicky, and they would just swim right back to where they were hiding. So yeah, it just seems that area of the pond is a little bit better. But this is our first time trout fishing, first time there, so we learned something new. And yeah, if you got any tips for us, guys, leave them down in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. I've never caught a trout, so I'm gonna try my best to catch a trout before the end of this year. So thanks guys for watching. Peace out. Tight lines, y'all.